Ever wonder how Halloween, a night of candy and costumes, originated from traditions of ancient civilizations? Let's dive into the roots of this spooky celebration, starting with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. This festivity marked the end of the harvest season and the onset of winter, a time of year often associated with human death. The Celts believed that on the eve of Samhain, the boundary between the world of the living and the world of the dead blurred. To them, it was not just a metaphorical boundary but a literal one. They believed that on this night, ghosts of the dead returned to Earth, causing trouble and damaging crops. But fear not, the Celts had a plan. They lit bonfires and donned costumes, not for the sake of fashion but to ward off these ghostly visitors. So the next time you don a ghost costume, remember, you're participating in a tradition that's been around for over 2,000 years. How did a pagan festival turn into a Christian holiday, you ask? Well, let's hop into our time machine and head straight to the 8th century. Here we find Pope Gregory III, who decided to play a bit of mix and match with religious traditions. He designated November 1st as a day to honor all saints, but he didn't stop there. No, he decided to spice things up by incorporating some of the traditions of Samhain, the ancient Celtic festival that Halloween originated from. This new day of remembrance became known as All Saints' Day. And the evening before? Well, that was the time of the Samhain festival, wasn't it? So this evening started to be called All Hallows' Eve. And as time passed, and languages evolved, All Hallows' Eve was shortened, twisted and turned, until it became the word we know today, Halloween. So, Halloween, much like a celebrity, has had multiple name changes throughout its history. Fast forward to the 19th century, Halloween takes a boat ride to America. Now, if you think it was met with open arms, you're in for a surprise. In colonial New England, Halloween was as welcome as a skunk at a garden party. The rigid Protestant belief systems there didn't have much room for ghouls and ghosts. However, Halloween found a warmer reception in Maryland and the southern colonies. Picture it: bonfires, public events, and ghost stories. The celebration was a mix of community, harvest festivals, and a dash of spooky superstition. But it was still a bit of a patchwork affair, with celebrations varying wildly from one region to another, that is, until the Irish decided to crash the party. The mid-19th century saw a massive influx of Irish immigrants to America, fleeing the potato famine back home. And they brought with them their age-old traditions, including the celebration of Halloween. Before you could say trick or treat, the Irish had spread the Halloween spirit across the nation. They introduced fun practices like costume parties, carving jack-o'-lanterns, and yes, the sweet, sweet tradition of trick-or-treating. From then on, Halloween was no longer a regional curiosity, but a national event. So, you can thank the Irish for your annual sugar rush. Now let's jump into our DeLorean and speed up to modern times. As we enter the late 19th century, Halloween begins to shed its superstitious and religious overtones, transforming into a community-centered holiday. Picture this: towns and cities buzzing with excitement, homes adorned with autumnal decorations, and laughter echoing through the streets. This era marks the advent of Halloween parties, a delightful mix of the eerie and the festive, enjoyed by both children and adults. These gatherings revolve around seasonal foods, playful games, and of course, vibrant costumes. From ghoulish ghosts to flamboyant fairies, the only limit is one's imagination. Fast forward to the 20th century, and we witness the commercialization of Halloween. No longer just a day of merriment, it evolves into a marketing powerhouse. Stores brimming with candies, costumes, and decorations, advertisements creating a sense of anticipation, and consumers willingly drawn into the Halloween frenzy. It's like Christmas, but with a spooky twist. This commercialization isn't a mere fad. On the contrary, it has propelled Halloween to be the second largest commercial holiday in America, right after Christmas. Let's just say it's raining dollars every Halloween, and not from a trick-or-treat bag, but from a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, from ancient Celtic traditions to a multi-billion-dollar industry, Halloween has indeed come a long way. In a nutshell, here's what we've spooked up today. Our ghoulish journey started with Halloween's humble beginnings as the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. It then donned a holy robe, Christianized into All Saints' Day. Across the pond, Irish immigrants stirred the American melting pot, popularizing the holiday. Fast forward to today, it's morphed into a community-centered commercial extravaganza. Remember, as you head out for your Halloween fun, you're not just trick-or-treating, you're partaking in a rich, multifaceted history. Now go on, scare away.